S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Big beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Big beats, leave it in the street, case on.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the pull up in the top is missing. The opposition ain't all that lane switching. This is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. like that. It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that?
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, 50, plant.
Come on. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Check three. Begin.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Here we go. Time go. Switch.
On second down now, McFarland. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it's complete to Kelsey. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
Check 99. Check 13.
Roll out.
Show it.
Check. Ready.
They run the counter. McFarland. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Big stop, kid. Big stop. Let's go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Watch the shit. Hey.
General West.
Shit. 58, right over there.
Smooth.
Mike, 58, right there.
Off play action. Herbert. There goes a deep ball. End zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. John Ross. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10.
Back.
Go.
Check three. SOS.
Rock it.
Shoot.
They'll try to run this one in. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs or putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Martinez. And this is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
No.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. To Johnson again. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Off the play fake. Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up. 1st and goal.
Rush in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Check. 66. Bullet high.
Now a former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let him know.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Check tight.
Now Martinez from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. His first catch. Good for 9 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to throw. Martinez. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, McFarland. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A first down carry here for Johnson. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want the left tackle, if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now a 10th carry for Johnson, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Extra point up and through. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they'd take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase.
Touchdown, Vikings. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Martinez. Operating from the gun. It's caught by Bryant. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Martinez now throwing on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Collins. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Martinez off the play fake. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Results in a 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. A huge play there for Chicago. 47 yards on the ground. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Johnson. Only a yard that time. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Looking to throw. Martinez. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears get a bit closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Here we go. 8-3.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Beat them.
On first down, McFarland. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Here we go. You go tight.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And it's third down.
Just like that.
Hey, Orbit.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Pilot, 64, wait.
Here's a second and 7. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10. They'll run on first down. McFarland fighting to stay upright inside the 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Here's Martinez throwing again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Martinez. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Martinez. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Down. 70, Indy.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Go.
They'll try the left side. Swift. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They knew they were going to have great field position, went all out, got a little too aggressive.
And you have to understand your angles. They're cut down when they're that backed up. You've got to be careful going after him.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. On 2nd down now. McFarland. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Well, from my vantage point, that's just one bad play by the offensive line and a running back who's had a lot of good ones tonight.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ticked off, nor is the offensive line, because to me it's a lot like a no-hitter.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic.
To throw is Martinez. To throw again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Martinez. Wide open receiver, complete. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
2nd and 13. Pass incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Martinez now throwing on 4th down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 1st down, McFarland. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, he's just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On 3rd down, McFarland. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 33-yard line.
On the double.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.